Good morning and welcome to this thought for the day for Thursday, and among several readings that seem to be available for us today, I've chosen to read Psalm 34. I will extol the Lord at all times, his praise will always be in my lips. My soul will boast in the Lord. Let the afflicted hear and rejoice. Glorify the Lord with me, let us exalt his name together. I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. This poor man called, and the Lord heard him. He saved him out of all his troubles. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. Taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. Fear the Lord, you his saints, for those who fear him lack nothing. The lions may grow weak and hungry, but those who seek the Lord lack no good thing. Come, my children, listen to me. I will teach you the fear of the Lord. Whoever of you loves life and desires to see many good days, keep your tongue from evil and your lips from speaking lies. Turn from evil and do good. Seek peace and pursue it. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their cry. The face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the memory of them from the earth. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. He delivers them from all their troubles. The Lord is close to the broken-hearted, and saves those who are crushed in spirit. A righteous man may have many troubles, but the Lord delivers him from all of them. He protects all his bones, not one of them will be broken. Evil will slay the wicked. The foes of the righteous will be condemned. The Lord redeems his servant. No one will be condemned who takes refuge in him. Well, what a glorious psalm, and it's not surprising that it's one that I often turned to when making home sick visits and hospital visits, as one which is full of promise and encouragement. And I remember one occasion when I was a theological student and we went as a college team to a parish in Sheffield to do an evangelistic weekend. And as part of that weekend, we went out to a couple of council estates and preached on the streets to any who would hear us. And I remember my turn came round to say a word, and just at that time an ice cream van came by with its jingles blaring, and it was to this psalm that I turned. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. Fear the Lord, you his saints, for those who fear him lack nothing. And I'll leave it to your imagination how I related the sound of the ice cream van to those verses, and the way in which God invites us to taste and see that he is good. But of course the psalm actually is in two halves. The first is absolutely full of promise, and the other is a reminder about the way in which we become people that the Lord will listen to and come close to. The eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are attentive to their cry. The righteous cry out, and the Lord hears them. The Lord is close to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. And so the second half of the psalm reminds us that in order to be in close relationship with God, we need to take him seriously, to take his word seriously, to take his commands seriously, and people who live lives which are according to his word. The heading of the psalm says, of David when he pretended to be insane before Abimelech, who drove him away, and he left. And you'll perhaps remember the story of the time when David was fleeing from the enmity of Saul and took refuge in the Philistine camp, but then was recognized, and he feigned insanity and was driven out and thus was rescued. And David lived a very precarious life for much of his days, and his testimony is always that as he turned to the Lord, he received the protection, the blessing, and the rescue that he sought. And so it's a word for us in times of difficulty, in times of affliction. It's a word of encouragement that as we trust in the Lord, so he will rescue us, redeem us, look after us. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who takes refuge in him. And I want to finish with just a short piece of music which was written for the coronation of our late Queen by Ralph Vaughan Williams. Oh, taste and see how gracious the Lord is.